Hello, and thanks for joining us on Medwatch today. I'm Vanessa Villafuerte. A local woman was told she had terminal stage 4 cancer. Months later, she walked back into her oncologist's office with a different fate.
Just a week after a trip to Hawaii, Glenda Drake felt a sharp pain in her side.
I teased my husband. I said I must have gotten a big tapeworm from Hawaii. And it got worse and worse and worse. And I was talking to my medical friends of things to do. And finally, she said, "You need to just go to the ER."
Then Glenda got the devastating news.
The next morning was Halloween morning, and 2 oncologists came in and told me I was full of cancer.
They told her it was a unique form of cancer called a neuroendocrine carcinoma, and it was stage 4.
It's an aggressive form of cancer, and it, at the time of its presentation, had spread throughout her body.
With the guidance of Dr. Omer Ilyas, Glenda started chemotherapy treatment at Community Cancer Institute, and for a few months they saw signs of progress, but then it stopped working. Next, her care team tried immunotherapy, but she only seemed to get worse.
She only got about 2 treatments with that drug, soon after that, her kidney function started to get worse, her liver function started to get, so her body started to shut down, and at that point she was in the hospital, quite nearing pretty much, with multi-organ dysfunction, so nearing a collapse of all her bodily functions, and that's when the decision was made to transition her to hospice at home.
In September of 2024, Glenda's team recommended a shift from treatment to comfort.
They finally told me, you have a monster growing inside of you. There's nothing more we can do. And oncology can't do anything more. So that was my option, was to go home on hospice.
At that point, Glenda says she believed she was going to die.
I believe my faith is very important to me, and my life, it's my life. And so I felt like the Lord was calling me home for sure.
But after a few weeks at home, something miraculous happened.
Well, a couple weeks later, I think, I felt like the tumors must not be growing because I'm not having the pain I was having. And so I prayed about it a lot, and I thought, I don't think I'm going to heaven right now, so I'm going to just do the best I can. You don't get any help on hospice. So I started doing my own exercises in bed, strengthening my core.
Slowly, her body started to respond.
My legs totally atrophied. I couldn't move my legs. My husband would take my hands, my son would take my feet, and they'd set me up and put me in a wheelchair. And I just worked really hard at strengthening my body. And then eventually I actually started getting into the wheelchair myself with this little thing that I could slide on.
Her hard work was paying off, and soon she was able to stand and then walk. Once she finally felt strong enough, she made the phone call that shocked her care team.
And it was in April of 25 I got the call. And she said, "Hey, Melanie, I'm feeling better and I can move around, and can I come back? Can I leave hospice? Can I come and see Dr. Ilyas and maybe get a scan and see what's going on?"
Glenda didn't just come back to the clinic, she walked in.
I walked into his room with a cane, but I walked in there and asked him if he could do another scan because I didn't think I had cancer anymore. We had lots of smiles.
And that scan showed something no one expected.
Her last scan that we did shows that there's no evidence of active cancer in her body.
There's no sign of cancer. We were all blown away.
I couldn't believe it when I saw her scan. That's my first patient, my first miracle patient.
Dr. Ilyas says he believes the immunotherapy she received just before hospice may have needed more time to show results.
When she went on hospice in September of 2024, I thought that was the last time I was going to see Glenda. I was in a state of shock initially, but also relieved at the same time. And it was at that moment that I realized that the immunotherapy that she had gotten for 2 cycles right before she went to hospice probably started to work eventually and allowed her to make a very miraculous recovery.
Today, Glenda is feeling great and says she wouldn't be here without her wonderful care team.
I'm so thankful that I was assigned to Dr. Ilyas. He has been such a support and an encouragement. I would not have done the immunotherapy for sure if he hadn't kept pushing. And I feel like he and all the staff here actually have wanted the best for me and wanted to help in any way they could. I mean, it was terminal. So the fact that I'm still alive is definitely a miracle.